Now, people always ask me where I get my wheelchair, and they're often surprised to find out that it was made just for me by Quickie. Now, we're going to show you how you can get one too. Okay. Kathy, if somebody needs a wheelchair, whether it's a new injury or an existing injury, they need a chair. Where do they go? This is the number one question I get all the time. Where do they go, and how does this process start?
So ideally, they need to find a wheelchair clinic. They need to find, ideally, a physical therapist who's also an ATP, so someone who knows wheelchairs. They get a referral from their physician, make an appointment, and it could be a physical therapist or occupational therapist, depending on the facility.
Okay, what happens next?
So we hold wheelchair clinic throughout the week. We set aside an hour and a half for each session, which is very unusual compared to our other physical therapy appointments. We also bring in the vendors. We work with vendors who are also ATPs. So they know their products, they know how to assess people for wheelchairs. I discuss with the client what they're looking for, if they have something in mind.
Okay. Do you anyone use the push handles?
I mean, rarely.
Okay.
Sometimes, I guess.
Then I also look at how they move in their chair. Are there parts of the chair that they push off of that needs to be reinforced? Are there parts that don't seem to be quite configured, fitting well? Do I feel like there's something that might be better out there? Or are they really looking for something that fits like a comfortable old shoe again type of thing?
I love the grip.
Okay.
Love those.
Okay.
No, I like
And then I go through a full physical therapy evaluation just to assess their posture in the chair, outside of the chair, and then look on their flexibility to see how it would relate to their posture in the chair, and also what their strengths are, their weaknesses, to see how they're going to maneuver the chair.
about. Somebody comes to you and they're looking for a chair. Where are you in the process? I know that you work with Kathy. You guys kind of work together, but what's the differences in your jobs?
Well, I make sure to understand the chair in and out, top to bottom, not just one brand, but many models and makes.
So let me
I
just
can
let
get-
you know that I
okay.
did a little research
All
in
right.
anticipation of meeting you.
Okay.
So the Quickie 2HP, they're 29.9 pounds. They also make a Quickie 2 Light with fixed front ends, meaning that your footrest don't come off. That is 23 pounds.
It would be easier?
So you're talking about a chair that's 6 pounds less.
Oh, okay. So the
weighs
less
6 pounds
weight
less.
gives you more.
More control of the
Ooh,
chair.
okay.
More.
That's cool.
And then it's the paperwork process, the actual steps to take from A to B to C, D, E, all the way through from beginning to end, which is pretty tedious and quite complex, but that's our responsibility to know those.
All right, so we're here with the new chair. Now, I know there are some changes on the chair, so Rich and Kathy are here to show me what they are. So, Rich, go ahead and tell us what's different.
So a couple of things that we did different. One are the brakes, if you notice. These are compact brakes, and they're really meant to be out of the way. I know you're very active, and the traditional brakes may have interfered with you as you're propelling your wheels. So that's one thing. I think the other thing, if we can flip the chair around and remove the backpack, is at Kathy's suggestion, we got you the tension adjustable backrest. So if you look back here, we can loosen the tension or tighten it depending on your comfort, right? And then we do the final fitting, right? So we make sure that from the foot plates that are adjusted to the camber of the wheels, everything is adjusted properly for them. And then it's complex rehab, so it's labor intensive. It's never a drop off, see you later. It's a follow up several weeks after the fact.
Oh, yes. I can tell the difference in just an inch or so. So much
You get more
better.
control. You can
Yeah.
manipulate the chair easier.
Okay, now I'm here to ask Rich a few questions about the chair, but you'll notice that I'm much higher up and it doesn't really take too much to put the mic up here now, which is fantastic.
We made a few adjustments to you. One, simply the heel loops to get the feet squared away there. We actually also made the chair a little narrower that suited you better. We adjusted the backrest tension on there, and I think that was more comfortable for you. And then we adjusted, lastly, the brakes to fit a little bit looser for you. They were a little bit too tight at the beginning. Other than that, I think it was a pretty good fit.
Good job, Rich.
Thank you very much.
And for more information, you can always go to sunrisemedical.com. I'm Maria Sorreo, and we'll see you next time.